Live from downtown Los Angeles, Fox Sports West proudly presents Lakers basketball as tonight the Lakers wrap up their season set and look for their 8th consecutive victory over the Clippers. Hi everybody, Joel Myers alongside Stu Lance. Welcome once again to Lakers basketball at Staples Center as the Lakers try to keep pace with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Winners already earlier today for the best overall record in the NBA. And Stu, all season long, the bench has been, let's face it, a real strength for the Lakers. Top 5 in bench scoring. Now, that needs to continue to be the case as the Lakers get ready for the postseason.
Well, you're absolutely right. The bench definitely needs to pick up their play and continue playing at a high level, because no matter how good your starters are, you're going to need some people coming off your bench that give you some good production. And lately, you know, they've had some good production out of different people, whether Josh Powell, DJ Benga. Of course, Jordan may be the most important guy coming off because he's the lead guard. Luke Walton, and of course, Sasha has to shoot the ball the way we know Sasha can shoot it.
Well, we caught up with Lakers head coach Phil Jackson just a few minutes ago and asked him what he's looking for now from the bench at this point of the season.
Well, we want extended minutes. I don't mean like 40 minutes for, Sasha or Jordan, but, 25 minutes a game to play, so we kind of split time with guys, drop Kobe's minutes, 5 minutes or so a game so that we can start easing back a little bit on these guys.
Well, it's been a strange year for the opposition for the Lakers tonight. A real different year for the Clippers. Plenty of talent, but they've been hurt all season long, and especially Baron Davis.
When Baron Davis came to the Clippers, came home to his hometown, I don't think he had this kind of a season in mind, but injuries have really done a job on the Clippers, and he's been one of those that's been out with some injuries. He's missed 17 games this year. His average is down a bit, but again, first year with the team, I look for that to get better and better as his career goes on and on.
And at this juncture of the season, no letdowns allowed like the Lakers saw just a couple of nights ago with Utah losing at home to Minnesota, and he reminded the Lakers of that. So they've got to have it. We'll be right back with the matchup with the Clips.
We are back, and we are getting set now for the Clippers and the Lakers. Norm and Rick are here for about a half a minute to tell you all about Pau Gasol. Kobe's the leader. The blue might be Derek Fisher, but Pau's been Mr. Consistency.
Mr. Consistency, and it'll be very interesting tonight to see if the Lakers continue to get him off.
Championships are won in the paint. Right now, this is our best paint performer offensively, and if need be, defensively. We saw earlier at times throughout the season where he stepped up and made big plays defensively.
He and Kobe both said, "Don't rest me, I want to play." So the superstar should be in action tonight. Check out the new R Performance vehicles at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com. We will see you at halftime, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, get set for exciting Laker basketball. Clippers, Lakers, Hallway Series. We'll see you at the half.
Of a 2-game homestand for the Lakers after the 7-game road trip and off to Sacramento tomorrow. We'll welcome you back to the final matchup of the year between the Lakers and the Clippers. And the Lakers have truly dominated this team, as we'll get into some of the numbers later. As you look at the matchups going into the game tonight. Pau Gasol, he's got 8 double-doubles over the last 9 games. Kobe coming off a super efficient game. And as Phil Jackson told the team right after the game when they got into the locker room, he brought up what happened at Utah. Minnesota won there on Friday night. He talked about it after the Lakers win over Houston. And he wanted to remind all these guys about Sacramento on Tuesday night. There's no teams, if you want the best overall record, that you can overlook. You can't have any letdowns. Starting 5 for the Clips. And they've had a number of different starting lineups this year, necessitated because of a lot of the injuries. But the one thing that has really come through is the play of young Eric Gordon out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and he has had a real solid rookie season. For head coach Mike Dunleavy, so the man that wears both hats, the general manager and the coach of the Clippers, and they've been through a lot this year with all the injuries. And of course, former Blazer head coach, Bucks, and with the Lakers taking them to the finals back in 1992. Let's head downstairs now. Michael Eaves, what's going on?
Well, Joe, when you get to this part of the season, one of the biggest topics of conversation around the NBA is some of the top echelon teams resting some of their superstars. Phil Jackson said earlier that he wants to rest his guys but not sit them out completely because they want to make a run, of course, at home court advantage throughout the NBA Finals. Now, Kobe Bryant said that he wants to continue to play because of the momentum building factor going into the postseason, But also one other thing, guys, and I thought this was very telling of Kobe's awareness of what's going on with the situation, especially in the country. Kobe said that we need to keep playing, especially the superstars, because fans across the NBA spend a lot of money to come to these games, and to come to a game and not see the superstars would be a shame in this economy. If you're going to pay to be here, you want to see the best, and Kobe Bryant, guys, definitely understands that.
Yeah, and I love his attitude. When we talked about it, Michael, in the last road game when they won at Milwaukee, the first thing out of his mouth was, hey, hardworking people paying top dollars for these tickets, and they're not cheap. And he's got the proper frame of mind. Well, tonight's broadcast on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 177 countries aboard ships at sea. So they're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, Japan. And thank you from all of us on the Lakers television network, Fox Sports West, for all that you do for us. We are ready to go as Pau Gasol with missed time jump still gets it anyway. Billy Spooner, Scott Foster, Scott Wall are the three officials. The Lakers have truly owned this as it's taken away and given right back.
Well, they tried to get to Kobe in the post, but the ball was tipped, and the Clippers couldn't even hang on to it. Baron Davis thought he had it, but I think he took his eyes off of it, and it hit his hand and went out of bounds. So the Lakers will have it back with 13 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Eric Gordon read it, and it looked like it was going to be a turnover, but Davis couldn't collect it. Now Kobe against the smaller Eric Gordon. He's got some space. He only missed 4 times. Take many shots on Friday night. In fact, 7 of 11 for his 20 points.
You know, but I can tell I didn't get a chance to talk a lot with Kobe before the game today, but he really feels the way his way early in games to see what the team needs. And this might be one of those games where he thinks they need a boost from him. This is one of those games where you look beyond the Clippers, and you can't do that.
Clock down. Randolph with the 3. And Derek Fisher will come away with it. Arizu's out there on the wing if they want him. And Trevor gives the Lakers their first 2 of the game.
Well, Trevor starts, and that's the shot there that I'd like to see him this summer, just 1,000 a day, that mid-range game. And when he gets that one going along with his ability to get into the lane, it'll be tough cover.
So 14 as opposed to 23 feet away.
Yeah, but the 23-footer is more like a set shot, so that just comes with the territory.
Fred Jones, the former Oregon Duck, and it was almost like a force late for him. So we'll go back to the Lakers. A little more than a minute gone by. In the wins for the Lakers over the Clippers, they haven't been close this year. The margin of victory is averaged 22 a game. Won as many as 38 for the Lakers. Gasol doesn't get the roll. And Randolph clears it out.
Well, this team, the way it's constituted right now for the Clippers, is going to be between their guards. Baron Davis and Eric Gordon are going to have to do the bulk of the scoring.
And there's Eric Gordon on cue. The rookie first-round pick of the Clips.
And, of course, they can go inside to Zach Randolph. So that threesome has to be very effective.
It's off Lamar, out of bounds. Fred Jones thought the same way I did, but it'll belong to the Lakers. 14 left on the shot clock. Eric Gordon was taken 7th overall, and he's one of the bright spots, isn't he, for this team?
Yeah, he absolutely is. I mean, you hear a lot of talk about Rookie of the Year, and his name is very rarely ever mentioned, but he's had himself, quite a season.
Now Kobe with the shot clock coming down, drawing the attention of a couple. So Gasol gets it real low, and Lamar trying to clean it up. Needs some help. And boy, he'll go to the line. He tried to cradle it with one hand.
He does that.
Look.
He does that more than anybody I've ever seen. It didn't even jump on a couple of those taps there. He just has the ball in one hand in a crowd. I mean, come on, Lamar. Respect that they have some ability to get up too. He's just toying with them at times. Ends up getting fouled and going to the line to shoot a pair.
Was he a water polo player in a past life? I mean, he always feels comfortable up there with one hand on the ball. It's even at 3. Former first-round pick.
Big left mitt on that long left arm of his. Feels like he can do anything, anytime. And a lot of times he can.
He's that talented. So his first few seasons with the Clips before signing the offshoot with the Miami Heat. And only 1 year in Miami before the Lakers got him in the Shaquille O'Neal deal. You saw a former lottery pick of the Clippers. Going to be short. Man, Skinner on the long rebound. We'll give him a second chance. Zach Randolph, always a good face-up player. And that time just inside the arc, a break for the Lakers because it was a good look for Randolph. So the Clips start 1 for 5, just like the Lakers, and Kobe makes it 2 for 6. Lakers by 3.
And that's where, if Kobe wants to cut down on the wear and tear, or Phil Jackson wants to cut down on the wear and tear in the minutes he's playing, put him more in the mid-post or low post, where his footwork is really extraordinary, and he doesn't have to work nearly as hard to get a shot.
Gordon, after all those picks, may have rushed that free a little bit. Ariza on the trail. He's taken a lot of threes in the second half of the season, and especially since moving into the starting lineup, so I agree with you on the mid-range game. Don't fall in love with the three. Creating, Baron Davis. Boy, what a talent. 10th year out of UCLA, the 29-year-old out of the Crossroads School.
Yeah, he is talented. There's no question about it. And even more talented in a faster tempo game.
Behind the back, Kobe. Pau, not a bad assist.
The only pass that really would be able to get there without telegraphing it to the defense, and Kobe made it look rather easy.
Utah winning tonight on the road. That's the shock of it all. We'll talk about some of the scores around the league later, but Utah won easily at New Orleans. Go figure. Randolph, air ball. What a pass to Brian Skinner, who's going to the line looking for the three-point play.
You know, when you get faked out of position like that, like Powell just did, you have to make sure that you get so much contact that they can't have a three-point opportunity. He gets faked out of position, and it almost seemed like he was trying to avoid the contact, but you know what's coming that close to the basket. So go ahead and make sure you grab the arm. Don't let him go up. Send him to the line for two as opposed to a three-point play.
And Brian Skinner coming full circle, because don't forget he was a former draft choice of the Clippers back in '98. First round pick of the Clips, and after playing for 7 other teams, he's back with the Clips. And they've needed him due to the injuries, especially to Chris Kaman this year. So Kaman out of the lineup, can be out of the lineup tonight. Kobe threads it. Lamar's got it. Boy, couldn't take away the pass. They took the ball out of his hands, though. 4 for Lamar early.
And Kobe right there at that mid-post, reading the defense, not having to expend a lot of energy, makes it look easy.
So a couple of assists for Kobe early. He led the Lakers with 7 assists last game, and he just let the game come to him completely. Baron Davis jumps it over. It's Fred Jones. And the spacing for Eric Gordon. Pau Gasol reach and a foul. Zach Randolph with the foul and facing the Lakers for the very first time this season.
The Lakers' last basket, as Kobe just reads the defense. The double team comes, the dive by Lamar, the bounce pass between the defense. Weakest part of a double team there is right there in the middle. And all of a sudden, Lamar has an easy shot.
Handoff, Pau Gasol with Trevor Ariza. He curls it home. Lakers by 4, and 4 early for Trevor.
You know, the way the Clippers moved the ball in their last possession, that's what they're going to have to do, especially when they bring Novak into the game. Because if they get the ball movement like that and he gets open looks, the Lakers will change their rotations quite a bit.
Inside of 10 on the shot clock for the Clips. Gordon, kind of the focal point of their offense here. He's taking most of the shots and carries the basketball. Little anxious that time.
Well, he had Lamar on him, and he felt, well, I can beat Lamar off the dribble. Lamar's deceptive. I mean, for a guy 6'10", and that wingspan of his, he can cover a lot of different people.
Last matchup between these two teams, January 21st. Easy win for the Lakers. So they wrap up the season set as the Lakers look for win number 61. Double on Kobe. Good spacing. Fish for 3. And it won't stay down. Skinner gets it out in a hurry. Baron Davis got the space. Didn't have the legs in it. Kobe. He'll get the triple. But Kobe had a triple-double against the Clips. Back on the 21st. His 16th career triple-double with 18 points, 10 boards, 12 assists. And he really hasn't had to play that many minutes against the Clips. As behind Skinner. Guess who's there? The guy who just got the triple.
You know, the Kobe loves to be a weak side defender, even though he loves being an on-the-ball guy as well, but especially off the ball where he can get those blind side blocks with that left hand, and he did that against Skinner on that occasion.
Another guy that's been banged up for the Clippers but comes in now is Al Thornton. One of the best rookies we saw in the league last year. 10 on the shot clock, 6 to play in the opening 12. And a quick release by Brian Skinner. So the Lakers by 7.
You talked about Thornton being a good rookie. I mean, the kid plays hard, too. Every minute he's on the floor, he plays hard.
Good ball movement by the Lakers. And Lamar, the easy one. It moved in a hurry, didn't it?
And that's the best way to beat a defense. If you get good ball movement, player movement, the defense can't sit still, and you can have some success. The Lakers on a 9-0 run to open up this advantage. So Mike Dunleavy says, let's talk this over. Our defense so far has been non-existent, as the Lakers are getting whatever they want, whenever they want. But when you had good ball movement, good player movement, you can have good success. 5:30 left, the Lakers lead by 9.
After a slow start offensively, Lakers hit just one of their first 5. Well, they're heating up. They've got 6 of their last 8, and now a 9-0 run, up by 9 on the Clips, 17-8. Well, you can win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. And enter text Lakers to 66196 by the end of this evening's game. One winner per contest. All the rules, and by the way, you've got to be 18. Residents of LA, Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. You can go to the website, Lakers.com, for all the rules. So good start for the Lakers. Real solid start for the Lakers. And complacency is one thing you want to avoid against sub-500 teams like the Lakers will see tonight and also Tuesday night in Sacramento.
See how the ball stopped moving there? They ended up with an easy hoop. But they had good ball movement out of the double team. But when Zach got it, it stopped. And if it stops there, that allows the defense time to rotate and get back into their 5-man defense.
7-point lead for the Lakers, 17-10. Clips with that make just 4 of 14 so far. Gasol kept alive by Lamar, but picked up by Brian Skinner. Now Lamar has got the foul.
Yeah, he pivoted right back into Lamar, and Lamar's momentum carried him right into the contact.
So the Lakers coming off a win on Friday night. Clippers come in. They're trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. And they have had difficulties on the road. Coming off the road in the second of a back-to-back for the Clips tonight, too, after losing by 16 last night in Denver. And boy, J.R. Smith on some kind of roll for the Denver Nuggets. And I watched him in the Utah game on Thursday on Turner. He couldn't miss from three-point land. Mismatch. Skinner doesn't capitalize, though, as he had position up against Derek Fisher.
Wow, how do you miss that one? Did a great job of getting the offensive rebound.
Ten on the shot clock for Gasol. Up again, Zach Randolph.
Nice
Good
spin.
spin. And the slam on the reverse.
Nice spin.
We've seen that more over the last couple of weeks.
Well, he's getting more and more defensive pressure from there, and that's what enables you to make that kind of move to spin. You have to have a lot of pressure in your back to know which way to spin.
Lamar needed some help as nobody came over from that side. Forced him baseline, but Randolph got there for a big guy he could motor. Zach Randolph with the bucket. It's back at 7, 19-12. That's his first make on his 4th try. Lamar setting it up off the dribble. Man, different stroke for Lamar. Foot on the line. He'll take the 2.
Well,
Totally different stroke.
Skinner out there a little bit out of his defensive comfort zone, and Lamar says, okay, give me the jumper, I'll take it.
Well, Lamar's already got 8 and 5 as it's poked away by the length of Pau Gasol. Numbers for the Lakers, Ariza and Fred Jones holding them up.
That's good sportsmanship there. Just make sure you get the foul, but of course, don't let the player go down and possibly get hurt. So nice job by Trevor getting out in transition, and good sportsmanship by Jones.
So Trevor Ariza, who has done a good job at the free throw line, he has not hit for a high percentage, though, over the last 2-3 weeks from the outside overall. And when you brought it up, it hit a chord with me, the mid-range game, something to work on during the offseason. So he misses the first of 2. Because Trevor can create off the dribble. He can get to that mid-range game, can't he?
Well, he's got a good first step. Obviously, I'd like to see there's a number of areas. All players have areas that they need to work on. And for Trevor, ball handling and that mid-range game would be at the top of the list.
Well, it's kind of surprising. As much success as Rip Hamilton has had with it, that more guys haven't tried to develop it.
Well, we're sort of creatures of habit, and guys that come in to the NBA have always pretty much had the ball in their hands. They didn't really play without it if they were a guards especially. They have the ball, so all of a sudden to have to play without it is a difficult task.
Baron Davis set it up for the follow-away. Had a good looking one at about 15, 16 feet. Farmar has just checked into the game for the Lakers. First up for the Lakers. Kobe with space, another. He's got his second triple of the game. Lakers have their biggest lead, up by 11 now at 25-14. Kobe has 8. Going to the strong side. And Lamar's got the foul. That's going to be his second, so got to believe we'll see potentially Luke Walton.
You'll probably have to see Josh Powell to guard Zach Randolph. I don't think Luke is big enough to handle Randolph in the post. 2:45 left to go in the first quarter, and the Lakers up by 11. Can they hold on and keep this game under control? We'll find out. Lakers by 11 over the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers off to a nice start from the field, 56%. Like Alexis, pursuing perfection. And when you talk about perfection on the basketball court, Mr. Bryant might be the first name out of just about everybody's mouth. And he's off to the good start here. 2 assists, 8 points, just making it look easy. If he's playing with this kind of ease, he can play 35 minutes without any problem. But if he has to really work hard, then you cut his minutes down to 30, 32.
Well, Kobe has not had to do a lot against the Clippers this year because he has not had to be on the floor that much. The games have gotten away early. And Josh Powell is going to come in. Jordan Farmar stays with the backcourt with Kobe. And on the baseline again, Trevor Ariza and Pau Gasol. Zach Randolph on the second foul by Lamar Odom is headed to the free throw line.
Got to look at Derek Fisher going into the locker room. So hopefully that's nothing. I don't think it is. Probably going in to get stretched out or something. So let's just keep our eyes peeled and ears peeled to the PR department, and they'll come out and give us a report as to what that's all about.
Very long rookie. DeAndre Jordan has just checked in.
Well, now it's going to be important with Zach Randolph and Jordan on the floor. The Lakers are going to have to make sure they box out, because this young man, DeAndre Jordan, has some nice hops for a guy his size.
He goes after everything. It's a 10-point Laker lead, 25-15. And Randolph gets 1 of 2. So the Lakers out of the break at 56%, 33%. The Lakers defense, the story we'll be talking about, because that has come together. And a fortunate time, because the offense has not been clicking as high as it was and as efficient as it was. Kobe leaving it off for Farmar, and Jordan a little bit strong, but Gasol cleans it up. Second chance, right back at it. Now Baron Davis looking to penetrate. Nothing available. So 2+ to play.
You see they're trying to get the ball on the inside to Zach Randolph. Powell did a good job of moving his feet. There's the thief at it again.
Jumping from behind. DeAndre Jordan didn't see it coming, even with his length. Josh Powell off the bench. Man, Jordan will go to get it. DeAndre Jordan coming off his second 20-point game of his young career. Last night he had 21. He has, in fact, hit his last 12 shots. So here's a guy that's picking it up a little bit, and we've seen him play at a decent level. Trying to stay on the floor, though. He's been in foul trouble. And that was the one thing we saw against the Lakers.
And the Clips missing a lot of perimeter shots. I'd put, if I were on the bench there, I'd say, Mr. Novak, they're giving open looks. You go in.
What a move. Trevor Ariza. He got to the cup, didn't he? It faked out Thornton as Kobe takes it away. Behind the back. How about the no-look? Ariza from Kobe.
You know, I call Trevor the thief that time. Kobe just picked the pocket of Zach Randolph and gets yet another assist.
So the Lakers back up by a dozen, 27-15. And out of bounds.
If that wasn't a foul, that should be Laker ball. It went off of his leg.
Kobe said it went right down off Fred Jones. Sasha's going to be checking in.
And that last basket that the Lakers got is Zach exposed the ball, and Kobe says, expose it, I'll take it. And he gets the steal and the assist as he goes out for his first rest. Sasha into the game.
If you didn't see Phil Jackson at the very top of the telecast talking about what his expectations are for the bench right now, he'd like to see some minutes more than anything else, productive minutes. So the starters, there's not too much pressure on them to stay on the floor. Al Thornton. And that was automatic for him last year. Zach Randolph gets the second chance points. It's back at 10. So,
you know, Thornton coming off of that like a groin injury or so that's, you know, that's difficult to play with in this game.
he's trying to get back into shape as Trevor Ariza takes the stick. Oh, shit! And it's off Jordan, out of bounds to the Lakers with a fresh shot clock. 30.2 to play in the opening 12.
Still, that's a good shot for Trevor. About a 16-footer, you know, uncontested basically off the screen. Had it go semi down and pop out as Luke comes in and Trevor goes out.
But isn't it good to see Trevor actually mix things up? He's taken 1-3, but we've also seen him take and make a mid-range. That last 16 you're talking about, and then also beating Thornton with a fake, an up fake, and getting around him.
That's the whole name of the game, is keeping the defense off balance. And when you mix it up like that, they don't know what's coming. If you do the same thing every time, you're easy to defend.
Sasha will go. And his first shot right there.
Now that was good ball movement. That was good ball movement.
And the spacing, 30-17. Final shot coming up for the Clippers. So the defense continues to be there for the Lakers. They've held their last 7 opponents to under 100 points. And it matches their season high. A foul to give. Farmar gave it. 4.6 to play.
Okay, good. Having the wherewithal to know that you had a foul to give is good. But a couple of more seconds because he really wasn't in an aggressive mode right there. He was just dribbling between his legs about 28 feet from the basket.
Jones finally get it in. Zach Randolph's not timid. And that'll do it for the first 12 minutes, and a real clean one. Not a single turnover for the Lakers.
Well, if they can play 36 more minutes without a single turnover, I think they have a good shot of winning. They'll head into the second quarter with a 13-point advantage, holding the Clippers to 32% shooting from the field.
We get ready for the start of the second quarter, and welcome back once again to Staples Center. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. Down in the court, Michael Eaves. And I talked about Cleveland already winning. Cavaliers by 20 over the San Antonio Spurs. So Houston, the beneficiaries there, because that's a 27th loss for San Antonio. Houston with 28 losses, and they won today. Mavericks just pounded Phoenix, and that does it basically for Phoenix. They're 4 behind the Mavs, 5 behind Utah in the loss column with only 5 games left. There's the surprise of the night, though. Winning by 14, the Utah Jazz. And that's only their second win on the road this year over teams with better than 500 records. So this is where it stands, and who's it going to be for the Lakers? Is it going to be Dallas, Utah, or even potentially New Orleans? Steve Novak, who you were talking about, 10th best in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage.
Yeah, when you've got a guy that can shoot the ball that well and your team is struggling, you got to get him onto the floor. I mean, it's simple as that. And finally, he gets into the game to start the second quarter. And if he gets open, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. This guy, he can stroke it.
He broke all the records in Marquette that was set by Travis Diener in three-point territory. Sasha early in the shot clock off the Gasol pick as the Lakers are up by 13. So Gasol, the only one out there from the first unit. Josh Powell needs to work on the jump hook. Maybe that's his game in the offseason.
Now that one just seemed like it slipped out of his hands. He's guarded by Novak. Novak cannot handle him that low.
Barron barely grazed the rim. Close to an air ball, which is rare for him. But it's been a strange year. Jordan Farmar uses it effectively. Real high off the glass, so they couldn't block it.
Boy, the backboard helps soften your shot when you're on the move like that. That's just a good decision by Jordan.
So let's see if the bench can, as Phil Jackson asked for, give them quality minutes. We're not talking 40, he's talking 20, 25 this late in the year. DeAndre Jordan, good step through a move. Farmar and Baron Davis with the block. Couple of Bruins, and Davis has the block and the foul.
Yeah, that foul will stop the game and allow Mr. Taylor to come in for Baron Davis, and Taylor is as quick as they come.
Baron upset, thought he may have beaten him with a spot, but it looked like an easy call. Mike Taylor, a rookie out of Iowa State, a second-round pick of the Blazers, 55th overall, who's just checked in, as you mentioned, Stu, and came over in a deal. Now 10 in the shot clock for Farmar, up against Taylor. Now the length of Jordan, but Gasol, smart play right around him. Good first step again.
Well, you didn't really hesitate a lot that time. Caught it, faced up, and exploded to the paint. And Jordan too erect to make a defensive play. You got to have your knees flexed a little bit to play defense.
6 points, 5 boards early for Pau Gasol. Interesting matchups out there. Josh Powell on a shooter as Thornton will save it in the corner. Only 4 left on the shot clock, though.
Yeah, and Josh is a guy that
he's out of bounds.
And Josh is a guy that likes to help protect the paint, and he's guarding Novak. So if the Clippers are smart at all, they'll try to just move the ball from the strong side to the weak side and have Novak available for some open looks.
17-point Laker lead as the struggles continue for the Clips at 29%. Lakers even 50%. Space for Farmar. Good to see. So Jordan getting to the cup, high off the window, and now a little step back action and a 9-0 run for the Lakers. So their second 9-0 spurt against the Clippers. The last one necessitated a timeout by Mike Dunleavy. There's the matchup we were just talking about, a 4 basically against a 2 or a 3. Taylor got to the cup but gives it back for Gordon. And made a good decision, obviously. Eric Gordon with a bucket. Gasol sets it up early and couldn't curl it tantalizingly. It sat there on the lip, didn't it? Let's head down to Michael Eaves. Michael.
Yeah, guys, got an update on Derek Fisher. He's in the back. He's got some soreness in his left foot, but he is expected to return. And it's always a good sign if someone's back in the locker room and Gary Vidi's still on the bench that the guy's probably going to come back and play, and Fish should be back in the lineup soon.
Good news. Fish has not missed a game. This is 77 for the Lakers, 77 for Derek Fisher. At 30 minutes a game, 34 years old, and still playing at a really high level.
Yeah,
here he
you're
comes.
absolutely right. As you're talking, he makes his way out of the locker room back to the Laker bench. But at the same time, depending upon the severity of the soreness, this is the time of year where you want to make sure guys are healthy. So maybe he could get the rest of the day off.
Gordon shows flashes, doesn't he, of what they're going to have down the road.
And what they've got right now.
Yeah, they like it, and they'll get it even more on a consistent basis. Josh Powell free. Jordan came out late. He's got to account for him. He was kind of sucked into the pick and roll over to that side. 39-21, and how about the start for Jordan Farmar?
Yeah.
4 early and 3 assists.
I like the way he's directing and conducting the offense. He's the lead guard. It's basically in his hands to do just that.
Al Thornton and the foul on Josh Powell.
Nice attack by Al Thornton, and that's something that he can do with the rest of them. He can take it to the rim and finish. That time didn't get a chance as Josh Powell with the foul. Timeout on the floor. When we come back, you know what it is. Opening day's coming with baseball, and Torrey Hunter of the Angels will be joining us on Live Wire.
Some of the reserves coming through early for the Lakers. Well, joining us, and he was on the pregame show with the guys earlier. Exceptional talent and a real fortunate pickup as a free agent for the Angels. That is outfielder Torrey Hunter. Helped the Angels get to the postseason last year, making plays like that. Joel Myers, Stu Lance, Michael Eaves down on the floor, and courtside Torrey Hunter. Corey, good luck tomorrow, opening day.
Yep.
Big time for you guys. And after a long exhibition season, you're ready.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely ready, man. Ready to get it going. And spring training was a little too long, man. We had the WBC, and guys were like, man, can we get this over with and get it going? And tomorrow it's here, so we're ready to go.
Yeah, and the season's not long enough anyway, is it? 162 games, 6 months? You don't even know what city you're in sometime.
I know, man. Every day, man. You got to live out that suitcase, and you're in a different hotel, different city, different restaurants, eating in different places, and it's pretty awesome, man. It's a good experience, and hopefully my kids can get a chance to enjoy that one day.
Well, you were talking during that time out there about this being your 11th season, and you still get the butterflies. when do the butterflies seem to dissipate? After the first pitch, or when?
Yeah, after your first strikeout, pretty much. You get that first strikeout.
Reality.
This is like a football. You get that first hit, all the butterflies go away, and if you get hit pretty hard, it goes away. And that's pretty much in baseball. You make that first out, or you take that first pitch, and everybody's screaming and everything like that. It's pretty intense.
You know, we were talking to Corey during the timeout while we were away, and I said you're going to be up late tonight, and Corey mentioned, it's still butterfly time. So,
yeah.
Fortunately for you, it's not a day game then.
No, it's not a day game, and then I thought it was at 7 o'clock. It's actually 6, so I didn't want to be late for opening day, and so I'm going to get at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep, let the body heal, and be ready to go tomorrow.
Joining us on Lakers Live Wire as it's put back in. The second chance opportunity. Torrey Hunter, the Angels outfielder.
With a 6 o'clock start, what time will you get to the ballpark?
Well, 6 o'clock start. I get there about 1:30, and you kind of study film, and the starting pitcher on the opposing team. You kind of want to figure out what he's doing to righties or lefties. Going to figure out what he's doing to lefties and how he's pitching certain guys, and so I just get there to kind of study the game and figure out what hitters are hitting the ball to right field or left field. Because on defense, I got to keep that sharp too. That should never go anywhere.
So are you looking at some film too of the guys from last season, what he was throwing, what his trends, tendencies are?
Right. Like Oakland, they have a lot of younger guys, man, and so it's hard to get film on those guys because most of them were in the minor leagues or they don't have much footage. But we try to get as much as we can and try to figure out what they're trying to do to us. We have scout reports and different things like that. So tomorrow, man, we're gonna be ready, man. And we're students of the game, and Mike Sosa is a pretty smart manager.
Foul inside on the finger roll. So a couple of free throws coming up for Al Thornton. You can watch the Angels right here on Fox Sports West, 123 in high definition on FS West this year. So it all starts tomorrow night. There's going to be a 1-hour pregame show with Billy Mack. It'll start at 5, then 6:05 for the first pitch with the Angels and the Oakland A's. Boy, the weather in Southern California cooperating. And what about now? Have you finally gotten comfortable, acclimated completely in Southern California after all the years back in the Midwest?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. It's easy to get comfortable here, man. The sun is shining, 75 degrees. You're not playing in no Metrodome, and I'm outside. Look at me. I'm dark. I got a tan, man. How about that? I was kind of light-skinned out there in Minnesota, but here, man, you can kind of go outside and hang out, and the fans come out. They come out and support us, and we're getting 35, 40,000 fans, almost a game. And I'm pretty excited to be an Angel out here.
Well, Torrey, we really appreciate your time. We are fans of yours, so continued
you.
Success and stay healthy.
Thank you very much. That's the key. Got to be healthy. And the Clippers need to execute. They're not shooting anything. You're young, and they got a long way to go. But there's no way they're going to beat the Lakers missing all those shots.
Okay, Torrey, we'll send word over to the Clips bench.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye. Torrey Hunter, the Angels, lucky to have a guy like that. Talented, quality person just the same. Always good to have in the clubhouse. Lakers by 13. As many as 19 at one point. Dribble penetration sets it up by Gordon. And the shot clock coming down, and Taylor knows it. Benga in up against Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan going to the free throw line. They're banging inside now.
Well, that's what Jordan can do. He's got such good bounce in those young legs of his. And if you don't put a body on him and then go get the rebound, you're going to see him playing volleyball there as he's just tapping it, and finally corrals it, gets fouled. So to the charity stripe goes Mr. Jordan.
The Lakers out of fouls. So the Clips shoot the rest of the way. A lot of people were surprised that this guy fell out of the first round, right? In the early part of the second round, DeAndre Jordan. 35th overall, leaving Texas A&M. Young man from Houston. He left after his freshman season. Man gets 1 of 2 on that trip to the stripe. So from 19, it is down to 12.
Well, then that's one of the things that Phil is going to really monitor is how the second unit protects leads and how much of the lead goes away.
10 on the shot clock for the second unit. Good move by Luke Walton on the run. It is back to 14. Pretty decisive move by Luke.
Yeah, Luke has a pretty nice little floater there in the lane, and he has to use that because, he's not one of those physically gifted guys that just outruns and outjumps everybody.
Jordan wasn't ready for it. It's saved, though, by Eric Gordon. That was a surprise on the pass from Mike Taylor, and caught a foul. Sasha did a good job. Jordan knocked him out of play to begin with, but
oh, no, come on now, Sasha. You trying to get an award or something? I mean, you might get the screen, but enough to flatten you like that?
A screen test.
5:47 in the half, and I talked about Luke and his little floater. He puts the Lakers up by 14. 14 and 5:47 left to go here in the first half, and Luke might be the guy that kind of helps keep that second unit under control. And Carl's Jr. Exmo showed him getting into the lane with that little floater of his, had the defender out of position, and he made him pay. Good decision by Luke Walton. But, you know, normally Luke makes very good decisions. That's one of the things that the staff has always liked about Luke, is his mindset, the way he knows how to play the game.
Basketball IQ?
Basketball IQ.
And he's not your classic jump shooter to begin with. So the more things he can do on the move like that, what a benefit.
Especially when he's going against a very athletic player like Al Thornton. You know, you just can't let him have the advantage.
How about that entry? Luke to Kobe. Good look as Benga taps it. It's picked up. It would have been Laker ball. It was last touched by Novak, but Eric Gordon hustled over. So the Lakers by 14 put Kobe back on the floor and bring in for the first time Shannon Brown. So one good athlete against another. He picks up the speedy Mike Taylor. DJ, boy, I thought he was there. Taylor got it through him on the reverse.
That was some shot by Mike Taylor.
It was tough, degree of difficulty. 5 minutes to play in the half with the Lakers up by a dozen. Benga, the volume man. DJ coming off 8. Gives Kobe an assist. He loves it. That's 4 assists for Kobe.
Benga's still trying to figure out how he didn't block that shot by Mike Taylor. One thing Benga will do, he'll challenge shots in the paint. I like that.
Back door, Jordan. Benga chaining over to help on the penetration on the baseline, so he was in no man's land.
There's an example of Jordan's hops. I mean, he just bounced off the floor in such a quick fashion and flushed it.
Pretty incredible athlete, isn't he? For 6'11", 250. And we've seen him get way up there, and with his length, boy, the wingspan. He's like 7'3", 7'4". Step back time. Luke's got that one down, doesn't he? 45-31.
Well, it keeps that body between you and the ball, and that's the key for offense.
15 points early for the Laker reserves. Averaging right around 29 a game. And the Laker bench, I talked about the strength all years. Novak from way out there.
He surprised Lamar with that. Lamar was there, but he didn't think he was going to shoot it from that distance.
Lamar's got the position, says, I'll do it from a couple of inches away.
And if he's going to guard Lamar, the other 4 guys for the Lakers should take the offensive night off. Just get it across midcourt, give it to Lamar on the box and say, go to work.
47-34. Lakers at 51%. Clips still 37%. And it is going the other way. Moving pick. It's on Jordan.
That's one thing you have to learn as bigs, how to set the screen and not move. A lot of times you're told by your coach, you got to pick that guy. You got to head hunt. Well, yes and no. I mean, you don't want to be moving to hit hunt. Put some of the responsibility on the ball handler to bring his man to you.
Third foul, sits down Jordan. Shannon Brown, backdoor, slams it from Luke Walton.
Well, that's what Shannon can do also. A lot of guys in this league can show their athleticism, and Shannon's one of those.
I don't know if a lot of guys have his hops, though, at that size. 49-34. Man, does he get up in a hurry. It's like his head's above the rim, way up there. A long one off the lip of the rim, right back to Eric Gordon. And Lamar will clear it out. So the Lakers on a roll. Oh, Kobe on the crossover. He lost a little bit on the way in. Otherwise, an easy one for Kobe. Gordon protected it well against Lamar. And Lamar's already got 2 fouls, don't forget.
And that's why he didn't really challenge that shot. Normally, Lamar would be after that one in a big way.
13-point Laker lead. So some interesting combinations on the floor right now for Phil Jackson. Kind of an experimenting time. Lamar going to the line. Foul on Al Thornton and a couple of free throws for LO. Like the aggressive move.
Yeah, very nice move by Lamar. 2:25 left. The Lakers by 13. They've been able to hold a double-digit lead here throughout just about all of the first half. And Lamar's trying to add to it with 2 more free throws. You talk about playing above the rim, and Nissan above the rim, Shannon Brown. I mean, you said earlier when your head almost hits the rim, and that young man, he should wear a helmet, man, because one of these days he's going to do that. He's just going to get that thing and hit it on the board or something. Nice athletic play and nice pass by Luke Walton. It's always nice to have a good passer be your trigger man on that play. You don't want to have a non-passer trying to make that particular play.
So Shannon Brown is going to stay on the floor, and Adam Morrison, who came over with Shannon, and the deal for Vlade Radmanovic from the Charlotte Bobcats. making his first appearance in some time. 2:25 left in the first half. Lamar Odom shoots two. Fouled by Al Thornton right before he broke away. Kobe stays out there with DJ Benga. And good to see fewer minutes for one Pau Gasol. He's played more than anybody with the Lakers this year. 16 so far. So let's see if DJ can stay on the floor for the remainder of the first half.
As long as the Lakers can maintain a 12-point lead or so, I think Phil will be comfortable allowing Powell to get some rest.
Baron Davis up against Shannon Brown in the backcourt. Fred Jones. They'll get a three-guard set. And Zach Randolph. He can go on runs himself. Doesn't need a lot of help. Randolph was 7. Just 3 of 7 so far. And Kobe leaving it off for DJ Benga. In a lot of traffic. And Eric Gordon trying to pick him from behind. And it may have rushed a little bit. Lakers by 13. Final 2 minutes of the first half. So the Clippers, second worst record of the NBA, but they've got some talent. Now as DJ saves it, they're going to say he was out of bounds to the baseline. He was looking for a board. It was Lakers ball and he lets it go.
Yeah, all he had to do was let the ball go out of bounds, but maybe he didn't know who was the guy that touched it last. And if you don't know, ask somebody. The referee said that his right foot was on the line for a minute. He pulled it back before the shot you see there.
Actually, the Clips at 18 and 58, third worst. Washington, second worst, 18 and 60. Worst Sacramento, 16 and 59. And I bring that up as Zach Randolph won't get that rainbow by a little fall away because of Blake Griffin. Kobe up for three, another. That's his third of the game, 54-38.
That's one of the things you like to see with time is guys like Kobe getting that rhythm back in their shot.
7 of 11 and 4 of 6 beyond the arc on Friday night, and he looks really comfortable. Baron Davis, and that's one of his trademarks. It's almost like a little fall away the way it bounces backwards. 54-40.
That's because he likes to get a little bit of contact first, and that's the separation. Then he's fading away, so there's no way you can get to that shot.
Now final minute, real long one. It makes no difference to Kobe as it almost went down. Lakers from beyond the arc, 4 of 9 after that miss, and Benga's got the foul. Zach Randolph's got the free throws.
Zach ends up in the expensive seats there. Oh, well, I shouldn't say the expensive seats. They're all expensive.
Every one of them down there.
Yeah, down there, they're all expensive.
And I mentioned Blake Griffin, who's obviously going to be the first pick over the summer in the NBA draft, because the Clippers right now, if it happened tomorrow, they'd be number 3. And don't forget when Portland got Greg Oden a couple of summers ago ahead of Kevin Durant, they weren't the top 2 or 3 worst records in the NBA, but they did get the number 1 pick.
It's not an absolute guarantee. It just obviously increases your odds.
Right. And then if they do get it, boy, they have to move some people. Final 40 seconds. I'm just talking about position play, because they got guys already. As Shannon Brown, a little bit short, stays with it, but the length of Zach Randolph took it away. 2 for 1 still up for the Clips, for the Lakers by a dozen. And Kobe's got the foul. Baron Davis a couple more free throws, so they can get it down to 10 going to the locker room. Up to 19. That was early, though, don't forget it. 37-18 Lakers. One thing that stands out when you look at the overall numbers, a lot of offensive rebounds early in this game for the Clips. And they've out-rebounded the Lakers overall, 26-19. And 10 of the 26 at the offensive glass.
Sometimes when you're doubling, especially in the Lakers, and the Lakers like to double a lot. When you're doubling, you've got a man advantage somewhere. And if they've got a couple of bigs that are not involved in that double, then they're going to have the advantage on the glass.
Yeah, trying to figure out what we're going to hear from one of the coaches out of the locker room after the half. So the final shot, just about, with a 10-point Laker lead at 54-44. Overall, the Lakers have played a real clean first half. Only 1 turnover after they committed just 10 on Friday night. So they've cleaned up their act there. Not a lot of spacing. Shannon Brown with the shot clock coming down, and a foul. Baron Davis. They had a foul to give, though. So 5.4 for a final shot now for the Lakers.
And they gave it at the right time, because Shannon Brown was making a very aggressive move toward the basket.
Who gets the final shot?
Who do you think?
He looked at Morrison. He goes to Kobe. And over Fred Jones at the buzzer. That'll do it. Lakers go to the break, up by 10, 54-44.
The lead was once 19, so just about half of it was taken away. They've got to be better at protecting that.
You know, we talked about complacency. You can't let that set in despite the team you're facing, a sub-500 squad. 54-44, Lakers over the Clippers as we head outside to Billy Mack and the guys. The Jack of the Box halftime report with the star there himself.
Yeah.